Hey, everybody. I have Jordan here today. She is in the Autism Little Learners membership, and she is phenomenal. And I can't wait for you to meet her. And I guess, Jordan, welcome. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Jordan Dano. I am a early childhood special education teacher. I have been since 2017. I don't know how many years that is. So the kids I teach are 3 to 5. I feel like my role we've been kind of trying to change it, but not change it like where I'll be in the class one year or we'll have 2 half days and then now we have TK, so it's a full
Oh,
day.
yeah.
It just always some of the kids stay a full day, some stay half the day. And then this
Oh,
coming year, I might have kindergartners, which
oh
I
my
haven't
God.
had 6-year-olds before.
I
But
feel like
my
in early childhood, it's always evolving. Like what your
yes,
role is every year can be a little different. You might do itinerant or be in an integrated classroom or a self-contained classroom,
for
everything.
sure. And I feel like my admin is like, yeah, just do what you want. So that's why I really love you guys, Autism Little Learners, because
Oh.
I have a community where I feel like what I'm doing is validated, I guess.
I love that. And you guys, Jordan is usually on our coaching calls, and I love that she brings questions, but she also supports people when they need it. And that's kind of what the community that you're talking about is about, whether it's in the private Facebook group or on a coaching call. What initially drew you to Autism Little Learners in the membership?
So last year, I was getting set up last school year in August for the class and feeling overwhelmed and anxious, primarily, like I said before, because I felt like my role was changing and I didn't know how to handle it. We were going, I really want to be inclusive with the gen ed state preschools. And again, my admin's like, do it how you want to, or whatever works best for you. Um, and the preschool teachers were like, we didn't, they were like, what's happening? So I went on there to look for resources. And I was like, oh my goodness, there's a membership where I can access, it's not just on paid teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can access everything I want whenever I want for a small fee monthly, which is maybe I don't get coffee every morning. I
That's a
instead
good
for the
point.
month.
It probably, when you break it down by week, it's if someone is drinking Starbucks every day, it's less than that a month,
Yeah,
probably less 1 month for a week's worth of Starbucks.
right.
Starbucks.
Especially how the price always goes up. And
Yeah,
it's been really, really beneficial. So I feel like it's really helped me. So that's how I started. And I was
yeah.
printing, using it mainly to print your resources and use in the classroom or share. Um, the next question kind of goes into then how I
Yeah.
now, as it evolved for me, and then I started getting on the coaching calls and the put in challenges, and just going to the calls and those challenges has helped me really implement things in the classroom. Again, I feel like remembering the strategies and then having that support.
Yeah, I love that. I know for me, sometimes it's like I may have a resource that I'm going to use that's new or new strategy. And it's like you learn about it or you have it, but sometimes the piece that's missing is like support in implementing it or
Yeah.
a bigger explanation of the why. And, my membership started out in 2021 as a product membership, like you get 8 new products a month or whatever it was. But now we've added in the coaching calls and the support so that that community piece
Uh-huh.
and all of the trainings too. Those are new too.
Right.
Last
I
couple
feel
of
like it helps me stay accountable in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word, but
Yeah. I think with all of us staying connected with each other, it
yes.
helps with accountability and not just, sometimes you learn a strategy and you use it for a little bit and then you kind of forget about it when things get busy. And then,
Yes, that's what I
yeah,
do.
months later, years later, like, oh, why am I not using adapted books more? Well, I kind of just got
Yeah.
out of the habit and forgot. So yeah, that's a super good point. Um, do you have like a specific example or success
Yes.
story of something you've applied and it's gone well?
So that's where I was going. Like you said, I think that I shared this info, like video modeling with my paras, where it could have been paras that were in my classroom 2 years ago,
Yeah.
not the current paras. So when I go to do it, I'm like, what? You guys don't know this? I
Oh
haven't shared
yeah.
this with you. So that came from your training. I think it was the Autism Essential one where you went over video modeling again. And I had a student, and first I was like, in my head, I make it more complicated, right? Like,
Always.
I have to video myself or task by task, or I have to do it when the kids aren't there, then show them. Where in your training, you're like, no, just pull out a toy, like their favorite toy, and do it in the moment or whenever you can. So I had a student who didn't want to go into the classroom. So we're transitioning from recess to inside, but
That's a big one.
even it is a big one. So we've been using the wagons a lot, which I didn't before, but it helps, I think, for body autonomy
Yeah.
because they're making the choice to get into the wagon.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't have to help them get into the wagon. But then when we go into the class, he didn't want to, so I got his toy and started filming just right then, right there, and
Yeah.
walking the toy to wash hand. I think backpack and wash hands, and I'm filming, not paying attention to what's happening. And my parents like, Jordan, he's following you.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So it
So
literally worked in the moment before you even had a chance to show him the
yes,
video.
right.
That's awesome.
It was really cool. Although, like after he, when I would do it later with the same student, it was like in the bathroom, trying to get out of the wagon to the bathroom. I would do the with the toy or
Yeah.
like with the toy going pee on the potty,
Yeah.
pretending. He watched the video, but then not yet ready to use the toilet. But I'm
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
interest. Like I listened to the podcast posted for the summit about potty training, and see, all this is from you. She said model, 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 and in my head I didn't think that I could model with the toys so much or
Yeah.
model with everything. It doesn't have to be modeling in that moment.
Yeah. And it kind of takes the pressure off of the kids then. They don't
Yeah.
have to perform. The object in the video modeling is performing. And like you said, you're taking baby steps in that. Okay, he watched the video, he's interested in it.
Yes.
Doesn't want to go into the bathroom yet. That's fine. Like
Uh-huh.
just that interest in the video and seeing it, it's gonna at some point make him probably comfortable enough to go in. And I love that you accept that and you're like, he watched it, he did this, he didn't go in, but he's just not quite ready for it yet,
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
respect that. So
But
that's
by the end of the year, he was washing his hands.
oh my gosh.
Yes, and really interested in playing in the
Oh.
water in the sink.
And when
So
you say character, what character did he like?
I think
Or
it was
was it a variety? Oh,
a
go
variety. Batman, he likes
oh,
little figurines. I can't remember exactly which one I pulled out that day.
and those work so well, the figurines, like
Yes.
literally sticking it out in front of you, in front of your camera and filming it
Yeah.
do stuff. And kids
He just
really,
got up.
I can picture him. I don't know him,
Uh-huh.
but I can picture him following you because they're really, a lot of times our students are really motivated by screens and like, especially if you have a video of their favorite character on there.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know if I've ever had a student that has been like, nah, I don't want to watch that. Maybe
Right.
we won't follow through with what you're showing yet, but we're planting seeds and
Mhm.
using things they love and building that relationship.
Yes.
I love that, Jordan. What challenges have you faced kind of in general working with autistic kids? And is there anything from the membership that's kind of helped you? with challenges?
So what I was thinking was mainly like, or currently my support, I think, in that, in what I'm doing, is it right in my philosophies and my teaching foundation? I don't feel challenged by the students
Oh, I love.
because I love what I do so much, and I know that's they're the skills they have in that moment, and what can I do to help them make that progress to
Yeah,
get to that moment. I know it's not them,
yeah,
that behavior is communicating something, right? I think I
yeah,
say.
yeah. No, I know what you're saying. It's not the students for you that are
It's
hard. It's you inside feeling like you're doing the right thing, the right philosophy, the right strategies.
yes,
And those evolve over time,
they
like
do.
just with the neurodiversity movement. I I have changed how I have interacted with kids for 25 years, just, evolving, evolving, evolving. And none of us are perfect and we do the best we can. And I just love how many people, how the internet helps us connect and learn from each other and really align and say, yeah, this is what I'm okay with and this is what I'm not okay with. And kind of the birds of a feather flock together and we find each other, and
Uh-huh.
it's amazing. It's been amazing. So
It has.
what advice would you have, Jordan, if there was an educator or parent listening? Because we have parents in our group too, quite a few parents in the membership. But if they're considering joining Autism Little Learners membership, but they're not sure, what advice would you give?
Just do it. That's what I wrote. I feel like I said, the price, you could not have copy for the month, but I feel so connected within the membership, and that missing piece, at least in my school district, like we said, I feel like my philosophies don't always match up, but I know here that I am doing the right thing and
Mhm.
have all these support and to back it up with the research.
Uh,
So for parents too, I always want to share everything I'm learning with them. So
yeah,
it'd just be so great to have, like, if the school could supply it for parents and teachers to have, hey, I listened to this, what strategy? This, I think this would work really good with your
yeah.
child. So I'm sending them like your podcast, but I don't want to overwhelm
Right, right.
them.
We walk that line with parents too of like,
Yeah.
when they're ready for information in a certain area, we are glad to give it to them, but we also don't want to overwhelm them and be or make them feel like you have to do this and this and this. Otherwise, you're a bad parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we'd never want to make people feel that way. So when they're ready, we're there armed with information on these
Yeah.
topics. I
So
love
I'm
that.
like, so I like, hey, this, I learned this cool thing from this podcast, and I just share the podcast.
Yeah, that's a
But if
great.
we were doing it together, then we could do maybe like a, let's do this training together, and then we could talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I know when you mentioned the community, that's kind of been the common theme from what you've been
Yeah.
talking about today. Because a lot of times people that work with autistic kids might be the only one in their school district or in their building with a classroom like theirs.
Uh-huh.
And so it can feel isolating. And I'm looking at your background right now. And you guys, Jordan, if you're listening audio on the podcast, she said, I'm at my mom's house. She jumped on Zoom with me and she's like, I don't know how to get this background off. It's like, imagine a tropical island behind her. It's
Yes.
so cute. She's like, I'm at my mom's. I don't know how to get it off. But
Yeah.
it kind of goes well with the theme. Like sometimes special educators feel like they're on an island and they don't have people around them to support them and that community. So just
Yeah.
think of
Perfect.
that with your background. And having that community, why it's so important, kind of a lifeline.
Uh-huh.
You don't burn out.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for meeting with me today. And is there anything else you wanted to add before we go?
No, I was just happy to have the opportunity.
Oh,
Thank
I'm thrilled that you said yes to chatting, and I'm honored to have you in the membership.
Yeah, I'm excited to continue and do the summit coming up this week.
Oh, yeah. Yes, so exciting. Well,
Mhm.
thank you so much, and I will see you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.